is that Meghan has got no real income anymore. She's finished.
My royal family, this is my country. Prince Harry is my Prince Harry.
So you're jealous?
I'm not jealous of Meghan. Who wants to be Meghan Markle? Like, I'm unpopular. I'm known as the biggest bitch in Britain. The only person in Britain who's more unpopular than me, Meghan Markle.
There's only one Meghan I can actually still be civil to, and it's the one sitting to my left. The other one.
You know, she's getting back into acting, Piers. I'm sure you saw that. She's shooting a movie now.
We found out that there were a lot of porcupines probably told to the royals and even to Harry when they met her, and in order to cover up
That she was hunting for a man in England from 2013 onwards when her...
Meghan Markle's past is packed with whispers of control, luxury demands, and scorched earth relationships, and that's only the opening move. Royal biographer Tom Bower paints a picture of burned bridges stretching from Hollywood power circles all the way to palace walls, raising serious eyebrows everywhere. Today, we're breaking down Meghan's loudest critics and public clashes, and the top spot is straight up wild. Let's jump in. Comedian Aaron Foster clocked Meghan early, way before most people caught on.
Which is very revelatory, as you know, about Meghan and Harry. I got absolutely no help from the palace whatsoever, on the contrary. And she reached out to Victoria to get freebies. Victoria was happy to see her clothes on Meghan. Very good-looking woman, the Duchess. Whatever Meghan was wearing would be an instant sellout.
Back in November 2017, Foster posted a throwback photo from Meghan's Deal or No Deal briefcase days, and the caption cut deep. She didn't stop there. Foster followed up with another photo of Meghan holding a briefcase, writing, "This briefcase is filled with my plans to become famous." The message hit hard. Foster was basically calling Meghan a calculated climber with a master plan. At the time, people said it was too much, but later research from Tom Bower pointed to the same kind of strategic connections popping up again and again throughout Meghan's life. Foster was hinting that Meghan didn't just stumble into fame or royalty, she mapped it out step by step.
Meghan Markle chose not to put in an official statement because she knows she would get into a lot of legal trouble and she needed plausible deniability. The evidence has been staring at us in the face, and they've been trying to hide it from us.
And that was very critical because at that moment last year, she was about to promote her Netflix series and didn't want to firstly be seen with Harry.
Looking back now, a lot of people think Aaron Foster saw the playbook before anyone else did. And wait until number 7, because someone actually lost their job over this mess. British TV personality Katie Hopkins made criticizing Meghan her full-time lane. She labeled Meghan as Instagram-obsessed and mocked her as an American Kate Middleton wannabe, saying she lacked the polish and authenticity of the Princess of Wales. Hopkins zeroed in on one big contradiction that had people talking. How do you say you want privacy while sitting down for Oprah interviews, dropping Netflix documentaries, and launching podcast deals?
Meghan Markle? Let's have a look at some before and after pictures, shall we? Meghan Markle before, when she used to be in suits. And she was all tight black suits, hot black underwear, small skirts. Now, Meghan Markle, whoo! I'm not sure, did someone maybe put an air pump up her and just pump away? Because it's all gone a little bit inflatable, hasn't it? And I know we're supposed to say, oh, she's had children. Isn't that wonderful? Isn't that marvellous? Oh, doesn't she look great? But no, actually, I don't think she does. I think a few sit-ups wouldn't go amiss. I think after you've had children, you do have to make an extra effort to try and stay in shape. I think if you want to have any kind of midriff again, you need to be putting a bit of effort in.
Hopkins didn't sugarcoat it. She argued that anyone with a background in public relations would know exactly what marrying into the most famous family on earth brings with it. No confusion, no surprise, just strategy. Tom Bower backed this up, detailing Meghan's deep PR experience and sharp media instincts. Hopkins voiced what a lot of people were thinking. How can you complain about nonstop attention while signing massive media contracts at the same time? According to Hopkins, that math just doesn't work. Up next, a reality TV powerhouse stepped in hot.
Meghan Markle can't win for losing. So you guys were irritated that that trailer for her show was, there is a lack of identity and understanding as to exactly who she is to the audience. Like, first we're in Montecito and it's all perfect, which would have been fine, commit to the bit, because they do live in, I think, like $23 million house in Montecito, and it is pretty pristine, so commit to that bit. But I feel like because of a reaction from you guys, now it's more natural and just delivering really unfiltered, fresh out of bed content. And that is turning people off because they're like, wait, what happened to the perfect content?
Before the Oprah interview even aired, Real Housewives star Bethany Frankel was already calling it out. Known for saying exactly what's on her mind, Frankel didn't hold back in 2021. She tweeted, "Cry me a river." That one line set the internet off. Frankel pointed out how fast the glow-up happened. Meghan went from a little-known cable TV actress to palaces, tiaras, and a seven-figure wedding in under 2 years. That's not luck, that's momentum. According to Frankel, Meghan's moves didn't scream privacy, they screamed brand management. Primetime specials watched by tens of millions don't exactly signal a low-profile life.
So I have to say, I never had an appreciation for the royals, right? It's something that Americans don't really jive with. It never made sense to me, but I fell in love and married an Englishman, right? And so I kind of learned to appreciate the significance of the Queen and really understanding that there's been something in their country that has remained solid and has not changed over time. Difficult for Americans to comprehend because we don't really do tradition. We're kind of like tear it down, old building, tear it down, build something new, tear it down, build something new.
Tom Bauer also noted how Meghan's public story shifted depending on who was listening, exactly what Frankel was calling out. Then there's number 9, a political commentator who fully rejected Meghan's version of events. Candace Owens didn't buy the narrative at all. She approached it from a blunt, numbers don't lie angle. Owens argued that Meghan's rise came with elite access, wealth, and influence, and she questioned claims that painted her as powerless in the situation. Owens' stance added another layer to the controversy, pushing the debate into uncomfortable territory and forcing people to question where accountability really sits. Owens' sharpest criticism cut straight to the core.
It was all very distasteful, Piers. I was totally bored by the whining, and, you know, the curtsy, the thing she said about medieval times, her lunch with the Queen was like medieval times, which, as you know, is a Disney-type entertainment place for kids. And it's just so horribly disrespectful and just a wine fest.
She called out the nonstop media exposure while privacy claims kept rolling at the same time. Through interviews and public comments, Owens argued that Meghan knew exactly how to work headlines, using trendy buzzwords to shape public sympathy while living a very high-end, luxury lifestyle. Agree or disagree, Owens lit a match under a massive debate about privilege and public image, and millions jumped into the argument fast. Now lock in because number 4 is where things get messy. Corey Vitiello was Meghan's serious boyfriend before Prince Harry, and the way it ended raised serious questions. The successful Canadian celebrity chef dated Meghan for 2 years while she filmed Suits in Toronto. They lived together, shared routines, and Meghan even called him her favorite chef on her blog, The Tig. Then summer 2016 hit, and according to Tom Bauer's deeply researched biography, everything flipped. Meghan was still sharing a home with Vitiello when she went on her first date with Prince Harry in London. Same relationship, same house, brand new direction. When Meghan returned to Toronto, it was done.
So here we are. It's quite interesting what's happened to them, isn't it? Because I lost my job because of Meghan Markle over that Oprah interview. You, Sharon, then disgracefully lost yours on the talk because you basically said I was entitled to my opinion. Where are they now, these two? Because it seems to me that people have basically just got bored of them, which is the most lethal thing of all for any public figures.
Friends say Corey was completely blindsided by how fast it ended. And here's the wild part. Vitiello has never spoken publicly about Meghan. He never sold his story, never chased interviews, never cashed in on the royal connection. That silence earned him real respect. But as Tom Bauer documents, it also highlights a repeated pattern of quick exits and faster upgrades. Was it love at first sight or a calculated move? Wendy Williams never held back, and Meghan wasn't getting a pass. Williams claimed Meghan tried to book appearances on her show before fame, calling her a wild card who chased attention hard. But Wendy's most viral moment came after Meghan said she didn't understand royal tabloids. Wendy fired back with zero filter. "Nobody feels sorry for you." She said Meghan knew exactly what she was stepping into and shouldn't act surprised when pressure followed. Wendy also predicted back in November 2016 that the relationship wouldn't be smooth, citing non-stop drama. While the couple stayed together, the chaos Wendy warned about absolutely showed up. Number 6, takes a serious turn. Sharon Osbourne lost her longtime job after publicly defending Piers Morgan's right to criticize Meghan. When Piers walked off Good Morning Britain, Sharon backed him on The Talk, questioning why opinions suddenly became career-ending. The backlash was intense. Sharon faced massive pressure, tense on-air clashes, and within weeks, she was out after more than a decade on the show.
And you know what, Meghan? Meghan, don't be surprised that the paparazzi are everywhere. Of course, because you're now a royal. They weren't following you when you were on Suit. We didn't even know who you are. Except when you came for employment here at Wendy and wanted to be one of our runway models. Oh, I've told this story before. Do I need to go into it again? All right, well, once upon a time, there was an innocent girl named Meghan, and she wanted to be a runway model here at Wendy.
Sharon later said she felt blindsided and set up during that moment. The takeaway was loud and clear. Standing up for Meghan's critics can come with real professional consequences. Tom Bower detailed how Meghan's team allegedly worked behind the scenes to control narratives and push back hard against dissent. And Sharon Osbourne learned that lesson the hard way. Now brace yourself, because Trevor Engelson is next. Meghan's first husband, and according to biographer Andrew Morton, the way the marriage ended was ice cold. Meghan and Trevor met in 2004, dated for 6 years, and married in Jamaica in 2011. He fully supported her acting career. But just 2 years later, in 2013, Meghan made a move that shocked everyone around them. While filming Suits in Toronto, Meghan ended her marriage in a way that stunned everyone around her. According to biographer Andrew Morton, she mailed her wedding and engagement rings back to Trevor Engelson in Los Angeles. No warning, no sit-down, no explanation, just the rings dropped in a box and sent across the country. Friends say Trevor was completely crushed. One source told Morton that Trevor felt like something stuck to the bottom of her shoe. That line alone says everything about how cold the moment felt.
Honest about who she is, and to be proud and to empower other women when she's out there using her platform. Be proud of who you are. Work hard. You don't have to pretend to be someone else. You don't have to dress like Diana. You don't have to say you got grants and scholarships. Give accolades to those who bring you up.
Is she not close to your father?
Meg?
Yeah.
Oh my God, they were incredibly close, which was also what was so bizarre. You know, he was the first one that got the phone call, "Daddy, I met a prince." This is reportedly, and my father told me about this, they were really close up until seemingly having to seal off all the hatches and keep everybody from talking.
Despite the shock, Trevor stayed silent. He never sold his story, never did interviews, never tried to cash in, even though the money would have been huge. Tom Bower later noted that Trevor did develop a TV show about a man navigating divorce and sudden life changes tied to the British royal world. The show never made it to air, but the concept spoke volumes. Once again, critics point to a pattern. When Meghan moves on, she cuts ties fast and completely, raising serious questions about loyalty and long-term bonds. Now number 2 shifts to a family conflict that refuses to cool off. Meghan's own half-sister became one of her loudest critics, and the feud exploded into the public eye. The tension played out across interviews, books, and non-stop media appearances. Samantha Markle made it her mission to challenge Meghan's version of events. She spoke openly on TV, wrote tell-all material, and took the fight to court by filing a defamation lawsuit over statements made during a high-profile interview. That legal move took the family drama to a whole new level. According to Samantha, those statements crossed a line and rewrote family history in a way she strongly rejected. The lawsuit alone kept headlines spinning and locked this feud into the spotlight.
And all right, in the end, I was told that 57,000 people complained to the television regulator, Ofcom, in the UK. A world record, I'm proud to say, complained about me for not believing Princess Pinocchio. So I was then told by my bosses, look, by the way, rule 1 here.
Next comes a media firestorm that nearly ended a career. British TV presenter Jeremy Clarkson published what became one of the most controversial columns ever written about Meghan. The reaction was instant and explosive. In December 2022, Clarkson's column sparked outrage across the UK media. The backlash was so intense that even his own family publicly criticized the piece. The publication received tens of thousands of complaints, broke records, and was eventually forced to remove the article and issue a public apology. Clarkson later admitted he deeply regretted what he wrote, saying he'd rather put his fingers in a door than read it again. But the damage was already done. Tom Bauer noted that the column exposed something deeper, a level of emotion surrounding Meghan that few public figures generate. Love her or hate her, reactions to Meghan often land at extreme levels, and many commentators think it's unlike anything they've seen before. And finally, number one is the most personal clash of all. Meghan's half-sister, Samantha Markle, became the most relentless critic in her orbit. Years older than Meghan, Samantha built a public platform centered entirely around challenging her sister's rise and reputation. Through interviews, books, and legal action, Samantha kept the conflict alive. Whether people see it as truth-telling or obsession, one thing is undeniable. This family feud has become one of the most intense and long-running controversies tied to Meghan's name.
Never apologize, never clarify, never do anything.
I can verify that. It doesn't work.
We know this. So we did a clarification the next day, and it made no difference. The complaints kept coming in. And eventually my boss had said, can you just apologize to Meghan Markle, or you're going to have to, maybe lose your job? I went, I'll take the job option, thanks, I'll leave. And I walked off into the sunset.
Right.
Because two things about the woke mob, and she's the high priestess of wokery, and her husband's the high priest half-wit of wokery. And the truth about it is, never bow to the mob, never grovel, never apologize, never give them an inch. And when you have something that's a point of principle, stand up for yourself and walk the fuck out.
Piece 4 dives straight into the inner circle fallout, and this one hit close to home. Famary friends and associates started disappearing fast once Meghan's profile skyrocketed, and the silence afterwards spoke loud. Multiple insiders claimed that once Meghan leveled up, communication dropped off hard. Calls stopped, texts went unanswered, invitations vanished. People who once had daily access suddenly found themselves completely iced out. One former acquaintance reportedly said Meghan operated with a strict no-looking-back mindset. If someone no longer fit the new chapter, they were gone. No explanation needed. That kind of switch-up left a lot of people stunned. Several Hollywood connections allegedly felt used, saying they were helpful on the way up but disposable once bigger doors opened. According to sources cited by royal biographers, this pattern wasn't random, it was consistent. What made it messier was how fast replacements appeared. New power players, new social circles, new allies, all sliding into place like a clean reset. To critics, it looked less like growth and more like a calculated upgrade. One longtime stylist reportedly described the shift as night and day, friendly and warm 1 minute, distant and unreachable the next. That sudden flip fueled whispers all over Hollywood back channels. Then came the rumors about strict loyalty tests. Insiders claim Meghan expected full alignment, no leaks, no mixed signals, and no outside opinions. If someone questioned anything, the door closed fast. People who stayed quiet earned favor. Those who spoke up, gone. That unspoken rule made former allies nervous and added tension behind the scenes.
Information came direct from Meghan's ex-husband. He reveals that Meghan Markle married for money, that she planned it all from the beginning, and the vision board with Prince Harry on it was revealed to her by someone who knew.
Tom Bauer documented how this shrinking inner circle wasn't accidental. He described it as a controlled environment where information, access, and trust were tightly managed. Supporters say that's just self-protection at the highest level. Critics say it's ruthless social strategy. Either way, the results were obvious. A trail of former friends who stopped speaking altogether. One Hollywood producer allegedly summed it up best, saying Meghan moves forward, never sideways. That mindset may build empires, but it also leaves wreckage behind. And here's the kicker. None of these former friends have really gone public. No long interviews, no tell-all books, just quiet exits and raised eyebrows. That silence keeps the mystery alive and the speculation growing. Was it personal growth, power pressure, or a cold-blooded clean slate? Whatever the truth is, Piece 4 proves one thing loud and clear. Meghan's rise didn't just change her life, it rearranged everyone around her. In Samantha's view, Meghan is a sharp social climber who treated people like stepping stones on the way up. She's accused Meghan of using family connections when convenient, then cutting ties once they no longer served a purpose, all while reshaping the story of her past to fit a polished public image. Samantha has openly claimed that their father, Thomas Markle Sr., was manipulated and later pushed aside, along with other relatives who didn't fit the new narrative. According to her, loyalty had an expiration date. The court ultimately dismissed Samantha's lawsuit, but the family fallout didn't magically disappear. Tom Bower's biography paints a bleak picture of long-term estrangement, fractured relationships, and deep emotional damage that seems impossible to reverse.
Vitiello is a celebrity chef who dated Meghan for 2 years while she was shooting her TV show Suits in Toronto, the city where Corey owns a chain of chicken rotisserie restaurants called Flock. One big question, was Meghan dating Corey at the time she had that fateful blind date with Prince Harry? One published report in Britain says she was still Corey Vitiello's partner when Harry asked for her number. Corey isn't talking, but some are wondering if he took a little dig at Meghan following her engagement announcement.
Whether people see Samantha as bitter or brave for speaking up, one thing is undeniable. The Markle family drama is raw, public, and painfully unresolved. And if you followed this saga even a little, you already knew who tops the list. Piers Morgan. No one has gone harder or louder against Meghan than Piers, and his fixation has been relentless, nonstop, and career-defining. Here's where it all kicked off. Back in 2016, Meghan reportedly reached out to Piers through private messages. They met for drinks in London and, by Piers' account, had a great time talking. Then that same night, Meghan met Prince Harry. After that, silence. Piers claims Meghan never contacted him again. No explanation, no follow-up, just a full ghost. From that moment on, things turned ugly fast. Piers went full attack mode. He labeled Meghan a social climber, manipulative and attention-driven, accusing her of crafting stories to fit whatever moment she was in. His criticism became louder, sharper, and impossible to miss. After the Oprah interview aired in March 2021, Piers said on Good Morning Britain that he didn't believe Meghan's claims. The reaction was instant chaos. His co-host challenged him live on air, tensions exploded, and Piers stormed off the set. Within 24 hours, he resigned from the show after 6 years. But that didn't slow him down at all. Tom Bower documents how Piers became the loudest voice representing a wider frustration inside British media. Since then, Piers has written columns, given non-stop interviews, and used his own platform to tear apart Meghan's interviews, documentaries, and public moves. Every step she takes, he breaks it down. Every statement, he questions it. The obsession hasn't cooled one bit. So what's really driving this? Is it about principles and accountability, or is it about ego and being ghosted? Critics say his reaction feels personal. Piers denies that hard, insisting his criticism is strictly about Meghan's actions and their ripple effects. Love him or hate him, one thing is crystal clear. Piers Morgan turned criticizing Meghan into a full-time mission, and he shows zero signs of backing off. From former partners to family conflicts to media wars that cost careers, Meghan Markle has built one of the longest controversy trails modern fame has seen. Tom Bower's research points to patterns that are tough to ignore. Ghosted friendships, cut-off relatives, a marriage that ended with rings mailed back, and narratives that keep shifting depending on the spotlight. Whether people see her as unfairly targeted or strategically calculated, one truth stands tall. Meghan Markle remains one of the most polarizing figures of this generation. If you watch this and have thoughts, drop them in the comments below. If this breakdown made you see things differently, hit subscribe and stay locked in for more deep dives like this. Don't forget to like the video and share it with someone who needs to see it.